Matt knew something was off when the damn cat learned his schedule. It was ridiculous. A weird thought fueled by exhaustion and endless fluorescent glare. Still, there he was, standing in Helix Interactive's private testing suite, 42nd floor, watching a fluffy orange tabby parked next to the simulated front door, 6:13 p.m., right on cue. The cat meowed as soon as Matt walked in, not at the avatar, which looked just like him, at him, the real him. He snatched off the headset so fast he nearly yanked the cables out of their ports. The cozy apartment faded, the garlic, warm bread, rosemary, the soft fur brushing against his ankles, all gone. Just cold, white walls, medical lights, the low whir of the room's cooling fans, so sterile it hurt. Matt sucked in a breath. He counted the weeks. 3. 3 weeks buried in diagnostics, tracing lines of code, wading through ethics logs and reviewing neural sync reports, and nothing explained it. Every time he entered the alternate life simulator with a marriage prompt, the system gave him Daniel Cross as his husband. Always Daniel. Daniel from sales. The guy with perfect shoes, a billboard smile, and the freakish ability to charm every soul on the floor. The guy who interrupted Matt in meetings and somehow made Buddy sound like a threat wrapped in silk. In the simulation, Daniel was gentle, thoughtful, a partner straight out of someone else's dream. He greeted Matt with a kiss, cooked soulful meals, matched socks, remembered anniversaries, held Matt at night like the gesture had muscle memory. And when the intimacy settings flickered to life, Daniel touched Matt as if he knew exactly what to do. Matt hated that, except, honestly, not always. 5 years ago, full sensory VR had flipped gaming and life inside out. War games weren't just about pixels anymore, they were about feeling the battlefield. Artillery boomed through your suit, you smelled dirt and smoke. After an explosion, you got a taste of copper in your mouth. Racing games made turning corners feel like your stomach had taken a beating. Cooking sims made mouths water with phantom spices and heat. But Helix's real claim to fame was the alternate life simulator. It wasn't a game, not really. It was a wish engine. You gathered photos, memories, quirks, lists of relationships, and uploaded them. Then you asked, what if? What if I moved to another country? What if I became a musician instead of a programmer? What if I married my first love or stayed in my hometown? The system built a life around the question, adapting to every flicker of stress, every silent spike of preference, every pulse of engagement. It even tracked tiny shifts in your brain waves. And Helix's rules didn't budge. No violent exploitation, no trauma loops, no manipulative intimacy, no free-for-all sex. Pleasure was linked to emotion and mutual consent. Pacing mattered, which meant Matt should have never ended up in a simulated townhouse, blue shutters. Daniel Cross greeting him with flour on his cheek and a kiss that felt too real. And yet, Lena found him after another disastrous cycle, third one that day. "You look haunted," she said. "I'm debugging," Matt snapped. "You look emotionally mugged by software." He glared. "It keeps pairing me up with Daniel." She blinked, then burst into a grin. "Oh no. It's not funny. It's a little funny. It's catastrophic." Lena handed him coffee. "Maybe the simulator knows something about you. It's broken." It cleared every ethics benchmark. "It made Daniel Cross my husband." She sipped, unfazed. Tragic. Matt wanted to call it quits right then. Meanwhile, real Daniel got even more impossible. Matt started noticing things he never cared about before. The cedar and soap scent when Daniel walked by, the scar on his thumb he rubbed nervously, the weird way he always looked at Matt before giving a presentation just for a second, eyes landing on him, the warmth of Daniel's laugh. his forearms, things Matt absolutely didn't need to notice. At lunch, Daniel slid into the seat across from him. "Hey, buddy." Matt nearly flinched. "Why here? There are other tables." They weren't as inviting. "You're mistaken." Daniel laughed, and Matt's heartbeat instantly betrayed him. "You've been avoiding me," Daniel said. "I've just been busy. You got off the elevator 3 floors early yesterday. I like stairs. You sighed when I said good morning. I breathe." Daniel looked at him, way too concerned. "Did I do something wrong?" Matt wished he could say, "In another life, you pressed me against the kitchen counter and made me stop overthinking." Instead, he mumbled, "No." Daniel lingered. "If I did, I'd rather know." He left with his tray. Matt watched him go, quietly furious that real life felt so badly programmed. Matt went back in that night. Warm apartment, rain tapping, pasta simmering, Pickles the cat circling his feet. "You're late," Daniel called from the kitchen, apron on, black shirt under. Domestic Daniel was a crime against sanity. "I need diagnostics," Matt said. "You need to wash your hands. Dinner's ready." "That's the problem," Matt gestured wildly, frustrated. "You act like you know me." Daniel's smile turned soft. "I do know you. You're generated. And I still know you check the stove twice before leaving, that thunderstorms calm you, that you pretend not to like touch when you're stressed." Matt's heart stuttered. "Your code. And you're lonely." Those words hit too perfectly. Matt logged out, running from them. After that, panic attacks creeped in. Nothing spectacular, just moments where he lost context. Daniel reached for the copier, touched Matt's sleeve, stood too close in the elevator. Each harmless thing sparked nerve endings with fake memories. One evening, Daniel steadied Matt after he stumbled in the corridor. "Hey, you okay?" Matt recoiled, slamming into the wall. "I'm fine." "You're pale." I said I'm fine. Too sharp. Daniel stepped back, gentle. "I didn't mean to crowd you." "You didn't. Then what's wrong?" "Everything, and none of it's useful." "Good night, Matt." Daniel walked off, and Matt was left shaking. He went back into the pod. Soft apartment lights, Daniel reading on the couch. "You had a bad day," said Sim Daniel. "You're not real." "No," he said quietly, "but you are." Matt crossed the room and dropped to his knees, face pressed against Daniel's thigh. It was humiliating, frantic. Instead of a slick AI script, Daniel's fingers slid into his hair and just rested there, steady, warm, patient. Matt nearly broke. "You need less from me," he muttered. "You need more from life." That line haunted him for weeks. Eventually, real Daniel stopped pretending not to notice Matt's weirdness. He saved a seat at lunch, left coffee on bad mornings, checked in after meetings. Never made it a joke. Tenderness was dangerous, far more dangerous than flirtation because kindness stuck. One night, Matt leaned against his car in the parking garage, drained. "Talk to me," Daniel said. "No." That sounded tired, not firm. Matt rolled his eyes weakly. Daniel kept his distance. No pressure. "You look like crap." "Thanks. Is this about me?" "Unfortunately." Daniel's mouth twitched. "Glad I made the short list." Matt laughed, hating himself for it. "Why try so hard?" Matt asked. Daniel answered without missing a beat. "Because you matter to me." No charm, no polish, just truth. Matt had no defense. Their first kiss happened in Matt's tiny apartment. No fancy skyline, no rain, just takeout boxes, shoes tossed near the door, the shelter cat glaring from a bookshelf, because Matt apparently owned a real cat now. They were talking, then not talking, standing close. "You should go," Matt whispered. "Probably," Daniel agreed. Nobody moved. Daniel touched Matt's cheek. His hand trembled. He was nervous. That tiny imperfection, real, honest, human vulnerability cracked open the entire simulation. Matt grabbed Daniel by the shirt and kissed him first. They knocked noses, and Daniel laughed into it. Matt made an offended noise and kissed him again, harder. The second kiss was messy, slow, completely unoptimized. Two people learning as they went. When they stopped, Daniel rested his forehead against Matt's. "Worth the emotional damage," he breathed. Matt laughed, then kissed him again. When sex finally happened, real sex, it was nothing like the simulator. It was awkward, vulnerable, lovely. Daniel's shirt stuck on his elbows. They giggled nervously. Matt froze halfway through, overwhelmed. Daniel stopped, cupped Matt's face. "Slow down or stop." That meant more than any perfect seduction. They slowed down, laughed, kissed until anxiety melted into desire. The rhythm wasn't programmed. It was messy and honest. Two people fumbling their way through. Later, the afterglow was what the simulator never captured. Sheets tangled, Daniel tracing lazy lines on Matt's skin, Matt staring at the ceiling, feeling like he'd been hit by lightning. Daniel teased him. "You know, for someone ready to escape out a window, you did great." Matt buried his face in the pillow, muttering threats. "Later," Daniel said, pulling him close. "Come here first." Matt went, because reality demanded courage but paid out double. Months later, Helix fixed the glitch. The memo: latent attraction markers were overweighted in partner generation. Lena sent the news with a screenshot and a message. Congrats on being bullied into romance by predictive software. Matt sent back a rude emoji. She replied with a ring. He hated that she was happy, and worse, he hated that she was right. Because some nights, in an actual apartment with real warmth and a cat sandwich between them, Daniel called from the kitchen, "Honey, taste the sauce." Matt walked in, got kissed, and stole pasta from the spoon. Every single time he thought the same thing. The simulator almost got it. Reality was better.